overseers, this is Mason XY. Sorry I haven't posted on my birthday video, but so on, we were busy doing a little bit. She's a little sick right now, and we were just taking care of her. But I'm back in action now. So on, we are going to do a new video showing a few new characters that you get to vote on if we hit 500 viewers and subscribers, of course. So on. We are seeing an older version of Ash, an older version of Max, even Ash looking very Hisuian-like, excuse me, and Betty from the Master Series, allowing our good old famous Red, always there and kind, now with a Jim Kazama look and personality, with a little blue, of course. And so when we see our favorite new second best character, Ash, son of Red. So on, they're all questioning why they're here, thinking they've been warped here because they don't remember even this place being on the map. So on, each one of them is very curious about each other. Some thinking, are they enemy or friend or foe? Or is this another time travel paradox? Or what the heck is going on? This is not making any sense. This is exciting to get a battle. And finally, this is a new experience to get stronger. So on, we meet the announcer, also leader, king. So on, he says they're going to battle for him, and whoever wins gets a title of hero of the people in his world, explaining that they're starving and need motivation, because if battles happen, their energy will be revived so they can no longer be gray Martians. So on, Scotty admits he's jealous of Betty having this opportunity, but saying him and his partner will be training still at the battle plateau. Betty says she'll try her best to win. Ash is talking to his fiancée, Serena, about they were about to go on their honeymoon almost before the wedding. He knows, but says he'll be straight back after he wins his title. And he's probably going to catch a few new Pokemon. We meet Ash, Hisuian style, talking to Serena, who's also been warped there. So on, she is very worried about this, because living in a city definitely makes you more paranoid of every living being. Who can blame them when Pokemon are trying to kill you? Because you don't expect that. As Ash says everything's fine. He senses the guy could be good, and is more worried about the people that are starving. So on, Serena gets it, and says she'll let off. And so now we see Max, annoyed that he's been brought here without even consent. May says it's an opportunity, because Ash is here. Older version, different version of him. He should take advantage to learn these new Pokemon he's going to see. Max says he doesn't need to, he has the best team around. May says you shouldn't be arrogant, because so on, in her latest match, she lost landsliding. So on, we see Ash talking to his samurai, and so on calling him my lord, saying he will obviously win. So on, Max then shuts the door, is annoyed. But Ash is asking how can he win against a trainer he's never seen before, saying he might have to come up with some strategies. His samurai says that he will help him trying to figure him out. The samurai then cuts off. Then Red sees Blue, saying he will definitely win the next match, of calling him Champion Red. Leaf says they better go on that date they promised, while butting in on Blue doing that anime fashion when the rival calls. So on, we see Ash with his Samurott after Betty sends in her shiny Meltan, thinking she can win with this by an electric type move. So on, they battled out. And so on, Meltan is knocked out finally, thinking so on it was easy because of small height and speed, but with the powers of ancient Pokemon, you have an advantage. So on, Samurai only used one sword, defeating Meltan. Betty's upset and sighs. Bash, being a nice guy, is also proud and tired, just like Samurott. Especially since this Samurott is from Unova. So on, Ash sends out his Tyranitar, along with battling out with Mega Evolution. Whoa, Max takes advantage of his type advantage and uses his partner Sceptile. Mega evolves, and so on, you should know it's shiny. So on, they battled out. However, in the end, Max loses. So on, Red sends out his shiny Mega Charizard, while Pikachu activates the power of Zekrom, and they battle it out. But in the end, they draw, and will have to battle again later. Red's disappointed that he let himself down, along with his family. Ash is more worried about Pikachu's sake, and gets him to hospital. Red to recover. So on, Redden sneaks in, stealth-like, and tries to figure out what this man's real intention was from his psychic ally saying he could not figure him out. So on, the security alarms then kick in, and then Red has to leave before examining the potion. So on, Red is more curious about this. Ash is excited that he finally won, and older Ash is just worried about which Pokemon he should use next. Flash is very worried about how he can win against Red, and Betty's just upset that she didn't win her match, thinking she'll have to leave. But the announcer states that some trainers will get a rematch by doing the loser challenge. Because they lost, they get to challenge the other loser and see if they can finally return to win. Max is already heard it and then just leapt straight up. She is very concerned about Red. Seeing a bad sense of aura, Red is then followed by Ash to the courtyard of the streets of the city. It's pretty bad, only a few trees. Crazy. Ash then summons Charizard to question Red. He says he will not let that man win. He says there's something wrong with him, and we cannot trust him. Ash says that he's disgracing the honor of this whole tournament, and Charizard's about to attack him when a red thunderbolt attacks Charizard, knocking him out. Spirals in his eyes. So on, Red says he always has backup with his family on his side, saying Electivire was sent out way before he even noticed. He was prepared not to die, and so on, Red worried about Charizard can't use him in the next battle because of that red lightning was too powerful, reminding him of the power of Zekrom. Ashton asks, is Electivire related to Zekrom? Red is dumbfounded and says, no, it is the power of the alpha Pokemon of Hisui. Red says he'll remember that question, thinking Ash may be having a very powerful Pikachu is more than coincidence here, that there is a connection between a legendary and a Pokemon that was not known. He's gonna keep an eye on this kid, Ash. So on, Betty says she's worried she might not make it into the tournament again. Skyden says, you just gotta do your best, and that's all you can do. She understands and turns off the call after talking a little about Pokemon strategies. Ashton says he's going to win his match in the whole tournament. Serena says she's happy, but seeing how this red character has a powerful Charizard, and he doesn't know all the team members he has. Ashton says he'll just have to figure it out, since he has a good team on there too. Serena then wishes good luck to her sweetheart, and then leaves after hanging up. Serena then says, what the heck was she think? What were you thinking using his own Sedimar like that? Questioning that he might not get another chance to battle for a while. And so on, Ash then talks to her once again, but so on, we didn't go back. So on, Ash is really sorry, he's saying multiple times, and someone is complaining, saying, that girl was tough with that Meltan. She then says, you should have been careful and just sent out a different Pokemon. Saying that he knows that Meltan had the ability to use electric type moves. He knows, but he can't babysit him around forever. She knows that. She says fine, but he better be using a different Pokemon. Oh, he is. He's testing out his sweet team to perfection. Maiden starts laughing, like that anime girl saying, I can't believe you thought it was that easy, like the anime character simulated enough. Maxon tells her to be quiet about that, and saying he'll be getting back into the tournament. However, May says that he shouldn't be arrogant after losing to an older version of Ash with Tyranitar. Max says he wasn't prepared for that, maybe, but he had a type advantage. He knows. He didn't expect his partner Pokemon to know a fire type move. May says that it was obviously supposed to have that. He should definitely be aware of all trainers now, after that experience. Max ignores her and then they talk about strategies to how to improve the fight. They didn't battle it out. Max then sends out his good old partner, Gallade, Mega Evolved, while Betty sends in her Gengar, Mega Evolving it too, and battles it out, both with different wills on their mind. Ash sends out his good old friend Crocodile, while Ash, seeing his good old partner and friend again, while Ash is thinking he can win with the types of moves he has, and so on. Older Ash is very worried about this, and they know about all history in Pokemon and doesn't have them yet, and decides to send out his partner, knowing that it's a ghost type at least, and a fire type, and decides to take advantage of that. And so on, he wins. Barely. But he thanks Crocodile for the hard work. His Suey Nash is a little surprised and shocked that he just lost in the semifinals. However, Max is finally humbled to the point that he understands that even with Gallade standing up, he's fated to knock it out. And so on, Betty's not even exhausted from her battle, and neither is Gengar. Max says he's going to have to improve further to the point that no one will ever beat him. By admitting he was defeated, humbles him, he's going to train harder than ever. So on, Red Son of Ash sends out his good old partner, Shiny Crocodile. Whoa, everyone shocked sees Mewtwo. Red has a plan while talking to Mewtwo telepathically, saying that they want to save the experience, but knows it's pretty dangerous since they can't control it yet. So decide to use their backup plan. Mega Mewtwo, why? And so on. Ash thinks he can win still, but is very cautious of Mewtwo, knowing it had Mega Forms, but didn't think a human could even have the power to control it. So on, using a Focus Splash, knocks out Crocodile one shot easy after getting in close from Dig. Ash, son of her head, is humbled, and so on, saying he still has a long way to go, even when all the hard work he has done to finally be able to finally carry the burden of a leader. The Son of Red is humbly more gonna train harder than ever with his best team. Also, you're questioning why he has a shiny Crocodile. With Shades, you're gonna have to come back and continue on the videos. And so on. Red battles Betty, cause older Ash is the strongest out of them from his challenges. Red then sends out Electivire, while Betty sends out her shiny Combustion from the girl we all know who gives these away. And so on. Red gets Electivire to use his Red Lightning of the Alpha powers. And when Combustion uses Blaze Kick, Electivire grabs poor Combustion, uses Lightning, and slams Combustion on the ground. He is not making out of that. Electivire then pounds his chest in victory. Betty's upset she lost, but was too in awe of the power of Electivire, thinking maybe she should have listened to Scotty and maybe got on Electivire. Even with the experience she had while battling, electric type Pokemon and of the Electivire, she really should have been more prepared in the matter, especially battling Volkner with his Electivire. And now she returns to commission after seeing birds and chicken. Yeah, he's not making it out of that for a while. So on, Electivire is up in the stands. So on, Red gives Charizard a good chance again, saying Charizard is his friend, his family, his partner. While Electivire is his starter, he trusts him a lot, and Electivire is a big brother figure, and sits in the stands all cool like the mentor does, and says cool phrases, mentoring vibes, and everything. Lashes out his Greninja. So on, if you ever want to see this video of Ash returning to the gym, you're gonna have to come and try to get it. You're gonna have to get us 500 videos of subscribers and views. So on, both of them Mega Evolve into their powerless forms, while Greninja Battle Bonds after just instantly doing it, trusting Ash that completely. Charizard is now worried, but seeing Electivire looking like that, serious. Charizard gets serious once again. So on, they battle it out. It takes a lot of hard work, but in the end, Red tells Charizard to use Blast Burn with all his power. Whoa. Ash tells Greninja to use the most powerful water shuriken he can come up with. And so on, both land. But in the end, Charizard stands barely. Someone says he really needs something to eat and a Pokemon Center, while Greninja, one eye still open, tries to get up, but at the end, just fades. However, Ash does that cool best friend vibe by putting Greninja on his shoulder, and so on, carrying him to Red, and returning him, saying that was a good match. But the announcer says Red did something very illegal by going into his office, and asks and says he better come with him to talk about this. Red says he's not trusting a dictator, because what he saw was not good, and Mewtwo can read his mind, which means he's prepared, and might be an enemy. Then leads. Ash tries to reason with him, but he leads quickly with a smoke bomb. Everyone is brought to each other from an instance of their gates, of their doors on the other side is revealed from their beds. They all question this robot girl. She explains she serves the queen that was once on the throne but was killed by the dictator that lives now. Explaining there was a virus and the queen had finally found a cure. And so on, the people who tried to kill her and did in the end. However, to punish them, she took the formula away from them and wanted them to suffer. Each one is shocked by this, and so on, they now see it's the truth. And she explains she has King AZ's help to at least give humanity a fighting chance. They all question her about this evil deed, saying that was wrong, each one in their own way. And so on, they are not very happy about this. But Betty says they had it coming. But she's willing to do one last promise to her queen. She says, forgive them. Give them a chance. Because she knows really in her heart that so on they were tricked into being agitated and believing the worst. And she's still trying to find the heir to the whole throne. And they need to find Red. Because he literally was the only one she could contact after the whole incident with Red and Ash fighting each other with Charizard and Electivire. And so on, Red's not going to be able to come out. And so on, they're going to have to trust her to at least help the future of his kingdom. They agree to that, but do not trust the woman so easily. So when the announcer says that he's so glad they're willing to help them to find Red and figure out what's going on to save the kingdom, but they say they're not falling for his lies anymore. They heard about the Queen's robot and the story of what he did. Well, the announcer says that they're dead now. They could have just walked away and let Red be the only one that suffered. In the end, they're captured, but Red sends Electivire and attacks the man. So on, this man's dirt. He is not like the girl that got struck by the Electivire in the game. And so on, Red says he's not letting this happen. He needs to stand up and stop dictators like him. So on, to atone from his sin of working with Giovanni, to give all his loved ones a better future. So on, the man is shocked to death. Electivire doesn't like it, but in the end, accepts it. So on, the Queen's robot finally lets the people see what happened, and finally able to have good land from the dust, like you see in Super Sentai, appear, giving them a miracle to finally have peace in their lives. King AZ finally meets Floyd again in this dimension. So when they all leave, but saying there was a great match to even fight great trainers like them. They each say in their own words. Hisuinas says he really needs to get back to the future, but he would like to travel the past a little more in the region he was in. But he says he's got to learn a lot more from these great trainers. Red of Giovanni says they were all great people and wish they have a better life than, well, having evil ancestors like Giovanni in this life. And want to give them the hope that the world can be better. Red, son of Ash, Ash, son of Red, says that someone he will make the world better for everyone, and the Pokemon included. Max says he was humbled by all of them and will someday battle them again, no matter the cost. They all leave, returning to their dimensions, getting back to their lives.